I'm Amanda.
I'm KG.
And I'm Natalie. Welcome to the Stride Sisters podcast. On today's episode, I am joined by special guests Amanda from Once Upon a Marathon and KG from Living the KG Life to play through the first round of Miles Madness 2026 matchups. This week, we play the first round and figure out which animatronics survive the first round of the smackdown. Hope you submitted your brackets and are playing along at home. So, lace up your shoes and step into the magic with us. Hello and welcome. Intro-ish segment's going to be pretty brief because I really would love to get to the playthrough. I'm so excited for the next 2 weeks of episodes to talk through everything that was Miles Madness for this year. Thank you to everybody who did submit a bracket. It's been so fun to score because I've been doing that alongside editing, and it's been fun. I had a couple come in last night, so I am not quite finished with scoring, but also I will not reveal the winner until the bracket is played through. In terms of training, this past week I actually took things a lot lighter. I have had a lot going on, and honestly, my focus has been deep cleaning my house because you get a couple of those nicely degreed days in a row, and all of a sudden, like everything in my house, it was like I needed to get all of the winter ick out, which is hilarious because today, day of release, we may or may not get 4 to 6 inches of snow. So I don't know, win some, lose some. Either which way, I have been doing a lot of those, spring cleany house projects, like not your standard clean, but like every nook and cranny of the baseboards. That's what I'm talking about. So that's been taking up a good amount of my time, but that's okay. I'm back at it this week and did a little run over the weekend, which was nice. It was nice weather out, so spring is coming, she says, knowing what the forecast holds. And maybe we won't actually get anything, but I know better than to hope for that. It's April showers, not snow showers. But in terms of dates, we got 9 days until Springtime Surprise Weekend 2026, 198 days until Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend 2026. Your proof of time deadline is on June 1st, so it is coming. Got 274 days until Marathon Weekend 2027. Proof of time deadline is August 3rd. Shirt deadline, still in the dark about, but let's just assume it's like June 1st for now, and that we'll probably get an email a little closer to it. Like I said last week, just kind of go in and if you just threw in a random shirt size, modify that. And we got 324 days until Princess Half Marathon Weekend 2027. Club Run Disney registration will be on May 26th, with general registration following a week later on June 2nd. Now, that's not the only registration news that we have. Virtual Summer Series registration is today. The medals came out last week, and the whole pack if you're going to do the challenge. There's the Hercules medal. It's got the gold rimming around it with Hercules, Pegasus, and Megara on it. Really love that. Cusco has a couple dangling little things. It's got Cusco, Kronk, Yzma, and Pasha on there with a couple dangling things like the poison for Cusco, Cusco's poison, and a couple medallions with him on there. The Pocahontas medal is just around the Riverbend Virtual 5K, and she's on it. This is her first appearance on a medal since Princess Half Marathon weekend of 2020, where she was the 10K. And we do have an extremely, extremely goofy challenge. The challenge is Goofy and Max on there. It's the back has a power line lightning bolt, so I can hear Greg screaming from Philly from Rise and Run over there. There's a couple of different items that you get for doing the challenge, so that includes all 3 5Ks. There's a Pocahontas jumbo trading pin, a Cusco llama potion bottle light up cube. That's so cool. A 16-ounce Hercules souvenir cup, so coolest beer cup ever. DIY cider cup for home. One of 4 different designs of a Goofy movie themed socks. There's a box of Twinings refreshers, either strawberry, raspberry, or peach mango, a Mission cooling towel, and then you get your digital items, so your digital bib and finisher certificate, as well as the digital race tool featuring printable mile markers. So it's super duper fun. I love the themes. I think it's a really cute throwback theme. I will not be participating in it this year, as much as I do like some of these medals, as the box of medals that I still have yet to hang up on my walls sit over and look at me. I cannot get any more medals. Okay. Need to get up the ones that I currently own well, I'm not going to say prior to signing up for other races, because we all know how that goes, but definitely need to get up the ones that I currently have. But it's really great. I love virtuals as a way to keep you motivated throughout the summer, through summer training. Summer gets toasty and hot, so you really want to make sure you're, keeping yourself motivated, especially if you're training for fall races, winter races, etc. Speaking of toasty and hot, I'm not encouraging you to look at the 10-day for springtime yet, okay? Because it will change, but it is looking a little warm. It's usually a little warm. So make sure you're hydrating, keep up your electrolytes and throughout the next week so that you're nice, ready to go for Springtime Surprise Weekend. Also, in terms of news, this Buzz Lightyear reopens tomorrow officially. Huzzah. We are so back, baby. But it has had some soft openings for the last week or so. So if you're traveling down to Orlando or you already are there, you definitely see if they have it available in order for you to ride. I did see my first on Instagram of people who have become Galactic Heroes, so there's hope for me yet. It just might be one of those runarounds. Time for a fun fact. Speaking of a Goofy movie, on this day in 1995, the Disney film A Goofy Movie is released, and I, for one, would say it stands out. Also on this day, in 2006, Expedition Everest officially opens in Disney's Animal Kingdom. And it's like the segue kind of wrote itself, because we're going to find out if the Yeti goes to the disco and moves on to the next round, or if he is in B mode forever and does not. Dun, dun, dun. It's almost time for foot in the mouthitis, aka let's play the bracket. I am going to start by introducing the people that I have with me. One is familiar from past episodes of this show, but one is a new character to hear. So we'll start with our new friend.
Well, hello. I'm excited to be here. I'm Amanda. I run the Once Upon a Marathon Instagram account. And I'm excited to rate some animatronics here.
Hello. KG from Living the KG Life, reporting back for duty.
There's no one else you can have on a bracket show than KG.
We're ready.
Oh, yes. We are ready. So last week, we talked through all of our animatronics that are out there. I also posted the brackets, so I hope that you got yours in. We're going to start in the Mary Poppins division. So as a reminder, this is for animatronics that occur in one park, but these ones are limited to Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Disney's California Adventure. Our first matchup is Rover from the Carousel of Progress versus Benjamin Harrison, the 23rd President of the United States.
I was going to ask who that was. I was like, who is Benjamin Harrison? Fun fact, I've never been in the Hall of Presidents. Not once. Never ever. I know.
As a research person, I'm shocked by that.
It's definitely a treasure.
I feel like you would love it. I mean, fair.
I think I'll get there eventually. I've heard it has great air conditioning. So, I'm sure there'll be
Accurate.
a moment that it happens. But for me, it's definitely Rover. Any dog is always going to go pretty far for me. So, Rover's my vote. I don't know. Is that how we do this? Do we vote?
Oh, yeah. And
Okay.
then consensus or not consensus, geez. We'll be here forever if it's consensus. But majority wins.
I would also go Rova because I could sit in the Carousel of Progress for days. So
That's a great song as well.
yes.
It's like your own little goat trick where you can make like really uncomfortable eye contact with Rover. Like most Miami University things, Benjamin Harrison is going to be a first round out. And that is why he was included.
Ouch.
What's his Miami connection? Is that where he's from?
He went to Miami University.
Oh. Wait, the one in Ohio or the one in Florida?
Yes, mine. So the one in Ohio.
Okay.
So his inclusion in the bracket was already controversial to start, just like Miami University in Ohio this year. There's a lot of beef about that in the NCAA.
Got it. I'm seeing the connection now.
We won our play-in, so we did deserve to be there. And then lost. But that's okay. All right, rolling into our next matchup, which is the number 8 seed versus the 9 seed. Wheezy at the end of Slinky Dog Dash versus Stitch from Stitch's Great Escape.
I feel like this is a no-brainer because I think the PTSD that I still have from Alien Encounter never left once Stitch came. That's it. Nope. And Wheezy for life.
So I never saw Stitch's Great Escape. I didn't start going to the parks until I got into running, like as an adult. But how do you not love Wheezy? Like doing the lounge,
Right?
singing Frank Sinatra style, like vibes. It's the way you end a great roller coaster, clearly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a no-brainer Wheezy for me too. Because that animatronic is so impressive to me. Just, you just had a good time on the ride and then you get him serenading you. It's even better. Also, the Stitch creeped me out then. I don't need a hot dog burp in my face. And not that the animatronic itself did that, but it stands for that. Next one is going to be Spider-Man from Avengers Campus versus the Wicked Witch of the West from the Great Movie Ride.
So I never saw the Great Movie Ride because, again, predates my time. I know it's beloved, but I'm going to go with the Spider-Man animatronic that I did not realize was an animatronic until way too many TikTok videos describing the fact that it was one.
This might be a problem with all of the listeners. I agree with Amanda. I think I'm going to go with Spider-Man. I get it. I also enjoy the Great Movie Ride, but like, how can you beat Spider-Man crashing into a wall when he's not supposed to?
It's pretty good. It'll get more contested once we get like further down the bracket, I'm sure.
Yes.
We're in consensus here. Spidey to me is an easy dub there because that's again such an impressive animatronic. I remember seeing it at the end of the Imagineering story for the first time. And like, there's no way that's an animatronic. And then I saw him then yeet him for the first time in Avengers Campus. I'm like, no.
They do such a good job.
Yeah, you're like, that guy just broke all of his limbs. What happened? You're like, oh, okay. I understand.
Did you see the opening of Adventure World with Spider-Man?
No.
Oh, so over in Paris, like they're opening what is now Adventure World, and you have the whatever it was called before, like the studios, it's the water tower, and Spider-Man's up there like he's painting over it, and it's a real actor, and he makes a big scene, sees the audience, and then he like web slings off the water tower, and as he jumps, the whole signage changes. It's cool. I feel like the animatronic would have killed it though. Like the animatronic almost would have been better. So that's my argument for the Spidey animatronic. He could be used in many, many shows.
That's true.
Love it.
I kept this US based because Olaf, the walking animatronic, when he just kind of stopped, I keep seeing the videos of him, how he just stopped and fell over. And like, I feel that in my soul because there's always a point where like I just stop and I'm done. Like, I can't.
And his nose popped off.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm dead. I need to see this in real life.
It must be like a magnet or something for like kids or to like, you know what I mean? I thought it was all part of the bit.
Maybe.
Like I assumed Olaf was making a joke. Like it wasn't until they picked him up that I was like, oh no, his battery died.
Oh, okay. I'm finding this out live. I also thought that was part of the bit, that he would just fall over and his nose would pop off.
Because it's funny.
Because that's
and
what
it's
would happen in Frozen. Yeah.
It's an Olaf. Well, I don't think that it was intentional because at some point they just kind of like picked him up and walked him backstage.
That's his B mode. It's just the nose was meant to come off. It's just, I don't have bones.
I love it.
All right, moving into the next matchup. We have Sunny Eclipse, who's in Cosmic Rays, and by the small world hula girl doing the least, I mean the one that is constantly glitched out, like barely moving her lunch to shake her little hips.
I know who you're talking about with the hula girl, and as much as I appreciate Sunny, the hula girl is my entire 2026 vibe. So I'm going with the hula girl. Hot take.
I love that answer.
I know Sunny's beloved. You can overrule me.
I feel like this is a tough one.
It is. Oh man, we've already started with that. I feel like it was 13 seeds last year too. That kind of like messed some things up, but I don't have the same attachment to Sunny Eclipse that I think a lot more people do because I don't tend to eat there that much at Cosmic Rays. But I don't know. But am I more of a Sunny Eclipse where I'm doing the most, serenading the people, or am I doing the least?
See, my thought is, as anyone who's probably listened to me on any podcast, including my own, I am a chicken tender stan. And some of the best chicken tenders you will get in Disney World is at Cosmic Rays. So I feel drawn to it. But also, the vibe of the hula girl, to Amanda's point, is like the vibe. But also, by the time the hula girl comes around, am I ready to get off of It's a Small World? Also might be a hot take.
That is a fair point. That's a fair point.
I think I'm gonna go Sunny Eclipse. I'm gonna be eating my chicken tenders, enjoying the show.
Question: is the hula girl that glitches out in the Disneyland Small World or the Disney World Small World? Because Disneyland's is better.
True.
Yes.
Don't know if it's the same extent. Like I think they're all animatronics, so I'll glitch a little. But I don't think it's as renowned as the Walt Disney World one, who is just not all here. Like she's here.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
So where I feel like this one's like a routine, like, it's like hula girl number 5 is gone. Oh no, this makes me the decider. Eek.
That's what happens. You're in charge.
Oh shoot. I think I'm gonna go the girl who's doing the least. I think I got to.
Fair enough.
I am so sorry, Sunny, but I think she's just an entire vibe. Especially now looking at her next matchup, which will be funny. I'm going to go to the next part we're going to play through all the round of 64 first, and then we'll come on back. Next one is the dancing Dopey and Sneezy at the very end of Seven Dwarfs Mine Train versus Doc Hudson in Radiator Springs Racers. And I mean specifically not cop Doc Hudson. I mean like before you go race. So the one who's like, he's all kind of jazzed up. He looks at both sides.
So here's the thing. The one time I've been to Disneyland, Racers was down.
It was.
And I was unable to, and not just down, but like refurbing the whole track or something ridiculous. So we couldn't see anything, do any of it. And I'm still salty about that. And as a runner who's done the Dopey challenge, I'm doing Dancing with Dopey. Sneezy can get in there fine, but Dopey's the MVP.
I was gonna say, I think if any of the three of us choose Doc, I will be shocked. This is like, I feel like a dopey crew.
So, peeksy behind the curtain. Don't worry, there is a dopey on the other side of the bracket too. So that's what happens when you get to make the rules.
There you go.
Look, we took Run Disney out of the bracket this year, but we couldn't completely take her out. I'm going to probably throw a pity vote to Doc here because I do like that animatronic quite a bit, but my heart does lie with my very favorite little dwarf.
Aww.
All right. We have defunct and almost defunct. So our 3v14 matchup is Toto from The Great Movie Ride, a good boy to add to the collection, versus Roz from Mike and Sully to the Rescue.
Ooh, this is going to be interesting because I haven't been on Mike and Sully, and I know for sure Amanda already mentioned she hasn't been on The Great Movie Ride. So
I have not done the Great Movie Ride, but I love Toto from like the movie. He does the most. Really, he's like the best part. Like he's getting her in and out. Like he left the witch's castle. He's the one that saves the day. Like come on, Toto's like the MVP. But Braz is also great and always watching. So I don't know.
yeah, this is a tough one.
I'm gonna say Toto because I've never done the Great Movie Ride, and this is my haven't done it vote. Nod to
So
the past.
funny because
This is me honoring rides beyond my time.
I love that because I was going to say the opposite for Mike and Sully. Even though I haven't been on the ride, I love Roz so much that I would toss her and I haven't been on the ride vote. So I think I'm going to go blind Roz.
I'm going to go blind Toto.
I'm going to take the good boy seed. I think I got it. I got to have the good boy. The good boy pulls through. I love how they're also delaying the closing of Mike and Sully to the Rescue because I totally didn't make it back on there in the last year, and I meant to. And then it's like, oh, I guess you get another chance. So they're not going to close it till 27.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, really? I thought I totally missed it. That's exciting.
So did I. Until I read that news article a month or so ago, something like that. But yeah, I didn't know until they just like, yeah, they haven't put a hard a deadline in yet for it.
Excellent.
All right. Next, we have Rocket Raccoon in the pre-show for Mission Breakout versus Uncle Orville in the bathtub.
I'm going Rocket because Mission Breakout is amazing and might be a hot take. I think Uncle Orville in the bathtub is a little creepy.
I'm doing Rocket. I think Mission Breakout, which is crazy because I love Tower of Terror so much. You would think that I would be a little upset, but I also love the Marvel, and yeah, I'm team Rocket Raccoon here.
Likewise, I quite love him. Also, like, I feel like I was so like, since I love Tower, I was so like, oh, I don't know how I feel. And then I went on Mission Breakout for the first time. Like, yep, nope, we're good. This fits here. I like how this is here and that is there. And I love it. I feel like it also just kind of makes sense, like story-wise, because you get all the different drops because you don't have to go forward and, through the shaft of the elevator, that I feel like it kind of like the story makes a little bit more sense to just be more, I don't know, uppy, downy, droppy.
Yeah.
Another Mission Breakout this is one from the queue. So Cosmo the dog, he's like a lab, versus the little kid in this Carousel of Progress that is never seen again after the first scene.
I've always wondered about that kid in the Carousel of Progress because I did it and I was like, wait a minute. They're like, who's the kid? And I like tried to go find it because I'm a researcher and track it down, and like it's Disney lore I cannot uncover. And I'm like, maybe someone someday will tell me, write a tell-all book.
I was the little kid actually, and I came to life like Pinocchio.
I need to know all the secrets. I was like, did they have another kid? Like, is this a sibling that we're not allowed to know about? Yeah.
So are you saying justice for the little kid and he's your pick?
Yeah, I'm going for the little kid. He just gets ignored by everybody, but you know what? He won't be ignored by me. Not in this bracket.
You know what? +1 because I don't even know who Cosmo in Mission Breakout is. Just like the rest of us middle children, forgotten forever.
True dat. My mom just listening just probably went, hey. But yeah, no, it's another one for the little kid never seen again. My guy. All right. We're going to go into the Sleeping Monk division, which is Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and Disneyland. Going to start off hot because we have an Epcot or uprising with the Living with the Land dog in the farmhouse versus Michelangelo.
So many dogs.
I made it my best effort to find as many dogs as possible.
Who's Michelangelo? Like, which one is that?
So he's painting the ceiling as you are going through the Sistine Chapel, as you are going through the ride. So, and part of the reason he earned a 16 seed is that homie barely works. Sometimes he's just like sleeping up there, like his isn't actually moving his paintbrush to paint the ceiling.
Which ride is this?
Oh, Spaceship Earth. Sorry.
Okay, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, there is no Sistine Chapel in Living with the Land. Like, I would remember that.
I was going to say, for everybody listening, I turned my camera off to try to help with Wi-Fi, and I had to turn it back on because my face was like, huh? Who are we talking about?
I was like, who is Michelangelo? I'm going to do Living with the Land dog.
Same, because why not?
Same. He's woofing his hardest out there. Next one is a now defunct extinct attraction, our Iguanodon that we go through all of Dinosaur trying to save and then get at the last second versus Roger Rabbit from Roger Rabbit's
Spoiler alert.
Well, the ride's extinct, so.
Yeah. So, I just want to say I have never not saved my dino, so I'm not about to lose that record, and I will be saving the dino once again. That's my vote.
I'm going Roger Rabbit because he's iconic, and we need some more Roger love around here.
I need to rewatch that movie. I remember liking it, but it's been so long since I've seen it.
Agreed. I feel like that's a great rewatch.
Now I just put a new one on the list. I don't know, you make a very convincing argument about we've never not saved the dino. And now that the ride's extinct, like, who's going to go save the dino? So I think I have to save the dino. Let's go get that dino.
There we go.
And bring him into the next round. Next one is the Navi Shaman versus the Walt Disney animatronics. So I tried to keep this to present and past state, not future, because I know Walt is eventually coming to Carousel of Progress, but.
So, first of all, the Navi Shaman is an entire vibe. Okay? Like, there's no zen like the zen you get at the end of this little riverboat ride with the music and the drums. I understand the history of the Walt Disney animatronic. I get the whole moment he stands up is like a callback to the Abraham Lincoln animatronic standing up. I loved the voiceover in the show. I was very excited. And then I saw him and was like, this isn't it. This is not it. I appreciate the history, and I get that this was the best effort, and we could have been good with just the voiceover in the show, actually. So I'm gonna go Navi Shaman.
I haven't seen the Walt Disney animatronic.
I was so excited. And I had such an open mind and heart.
I feel like that's like blasphemy around here.
I know.
I haven't either.
Wait, am I the only one that's seen it? Oh, I was so excited for it because I thought it was such a cool nod to the history, and I don't know, something about when he stood up, I was like, maybe this is why I haven't been to the Hall of Presidents. Maybe I just have a thing with these, like, animatronics that are humanoid or like real figures or real people.
And honestly, I trust you with my life. So if you say it's not good.
It's
I
not that
trust
it's
you.
bad. The show's incredible, where they take real like images and old reels and voices of him and him talking, and like that part's incredible. And then there's a moment where the curtain lifts and it's him and he stands up and you're just like, oh, this is kind of anticlimactic. Like I was all in the heart feels, like I was there, and then
Womp
I wasn't.
womp.
So
Every time I have gone in to see that, and I've been to Disneyland twice since it came, it has been 19 minutes to the next show. And then also I was going back to the expo and I'm like, okay, well, guess what? Guess what I can be? I can be almost at the Disneyland hotel by then. I could be on the monorail most of the way there. So that's why I haven't seen it yet. But the Shaman's also an entire vibe. So a very impressive one, because now that kind of makes me wonder. I know some people are a little skeptical of when it does come to the carousel of progress how it's going to be implemented, because it's got to be that very first scene, but like also if it's uncanny valley, if you take Rover out for that, like what are you doing?
interesting. That's where it was gonna go. I never really thought about where you go. For some reason, I'm like the last scene because that's like the one that's so dated, and I think it would make sense for like I could see a storyline where Walt's at the last scene talking about like who knows what the future is gonna bring. Always stream forward to a big beautiful tomorrow kind of thing. But he would be not in that era definitively. So
Yeah.
it's just the one that needs the most updating. Like all the other scenes, are pretty solid and representative, and we still have like the '90s going into the millennium. last last moment there, which is 25 years old at this point. So
Whew. Oh, a sign of the times though. Grandma Flying Ace. That was another one I left off the bracket that I'm like, oh, I left the Flying Ace grandma off.
I'm just saying that those kids as kids can drink now. in the show, it's been around that long.
Oh. Oh, you're so right. Oh man. Well, I think if we're going to go from where it started, that they probably are getting close to retirement age. Like if we're going back to the 60s when it started, but also like the kids, like how long?
Yeah,
Ugh.
we've covered the generations for sure.
Oh man. Oh, that just spurned a lot of thoughts in my little head. I am going to move on to the next bracket though, because, or next matchup. We have our number 4, Harold the Yeti in the Matterhorn. I didn't realize he had a name. I needed to make sure I called them by it. Versus the Pounding Reeds Flat guy in Spaceship Earth.
Okay, legitimately don't remember the Pounding Reeds flag guide. Does it matter? The Matterhorn is a never again. Like Herod can live in his mountain. Like I do not need to be on those bobsleds, whatever they were. Like I'm good. I'm good. He can stay there. So Pounding Reeds flat guy, Spaceship Earth.
Where did you sit on the Matterhorn? I just out of curiosity.
So I had the first time at Disneyland button on, and I've sat front row of every single ride.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
I think the best seats on the Matterhorn to not feel like you're at the chiropractor are 3 and 4. The back, you're whipping around. The front, you're taking the impact.
I'll take your word for it because I won't ever personally experience that, but sure.
Because I frequently will do single rider unless I do get the lightning lane for it. I was like, I was front row and I was expecting to, it to feel a little bit better. And then no, it did not.
What's your vote, KG?
I think I'm going to go Harold the Yeti because, one, I love the Matterhorn. And I also love Expedition Everest. So give me all the Yetis.
I love Expedition Everest, and I assume Disco Yeti is somewhere on this bracket. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Really, Harold's the Yeti imposter. Disco Yeti's the real Yeti. And
Ooh.
I understand Harold came first. It doesn't matter. Disco Yeti did it better, even in his broken form.
I love it.
I think I'm going to take the Yeti, though, because they've redone the animatronic, too, in the last couple of years. I will take him. Pounding Reed's flat guy, you're going to keep pounding papyrus for us as Dame Judi Dench narrates it. All right. Speaking of Disco Yeti, he's a couple matchups away. We're going to, this part of the Sleeping Monk division, our 6th seed, which is Olaf skating in the Ice Palace on Frozen Ever After, versus the Spaceship Earth Newsboy.
True story. I couldn't tell you the last time I rode Spaceship Earth.
I
Couldn't tell
know.
you. And I love Frozen, so I'm going Olaf.
I'm Olaf too. And same
right.
reasons.
The line is always so long. Lately, I feel like the line is just always long, and I just don't have time.
I feel like it's always broken down. Like
Yeah, or
it
broken.
just
Yes.
weren't they supposed to do a massive like refurb of it during the Epcot renovation that lasted half a decade and only give us 10% of the artwork?
That was a 2019 D23.
Amanda doesn't forget.
I don't forget. Listen, they built all of Epic in the time it took them to put up Tron, okay? And my prime running years were through an Epcot that was nothing but walls. I got real feelings about that.
See, I was okay with the Mary Poppins returns. Since it was returns, not actual Mary Poppins, I was okay with that staying dead.
Really? I would have liked an expansion in there. And what I really wanted was the carousel where you ride the carousel horses and then they come off the track like they
Yes.
do in the movie. And you could do some projections and stuff and like that inside. And I saw that they had actually at some point some schematics got released for like mechanisms to do something like that. So I don't know, maybe one day it'll get revived.
Maybe. The ideas never truly die there. Well, since you guys can read, our number 3 seed is our Phoenicians, which we thank when we go on Spaceship Earth, versus Little Red, the baby elephant that you used to save in Kilimanjaro Safari. At the end, they now have more animals instead, but you used to, part of the storyline was that your truck driver was intercepting poachers and you had to save the Little Red, the baby elephant.
Kilimanjaro Safaris is one of my all-time favorite rides, but I started going after that storyline got removed. So I've never seen Little Red. And also, I just feel like that one-liner, "Thank the Phoenicians," is one of the best Disney park quotes that we have. So I'm
Yeah.
going to go with the Phoenicians.
Yep. Same.
Same. Clean sweep. Next one is Figment in his little sweater versus Simba in Festival of the Lion King.
I think I'm either on this one. I know there's like diehard Figment fans. So
This one's polarizing.
yeah, I'll do Figment and his little sweater. I love the Festival of the Arts. He's the mascot. So
I also am not like a diehard Figment person. And I love the Festival of the Lion King. But why are they so large? Like that Simba is gigantic. And it feels a little unnecessary to me. So I think I'm going to go Figment in his sweater.
I respect that. I respect that a lot, actually. Homie is massive. I probably would have actually voted for Simba, mostly because I feel like the entirety of like the premise that show, first of all, is so good. So good. And then they also built like,
Yes.
and like Simba only really talks at the end. Like they probably could have just established like a voiceover of Simba, but they built an animatronic for it, and I love it. I guess Pumbaa is also an animatronic, but
And he's so happy.
last one of the Sleeping Monk division. Disco Yeti in Expedition Everest, because he intended to move, and he did for a little bit, versus Indiana Jones and Indiana Jones and the Forbidden Eye, specifically as he's holding on to the rope above you.
for me, it's Disco Yeti and Harold Could Never. So
Mathematically, that could be a SmackDown, I think, later, like in the Elite Eight.
Oh, this is so hard. I love Indiana Jones, but I feel like I got to go Disco Yeti.
that is the right answer. I can't believe you were contemplating
sweating.
disrespecting the house that Joe Rody built. Like,
I was all in on Disco Yeti. I just wanted to. Let's go.
I love Indy so much.
I liked the Indiana Jones ride when I did it in Disneyland, but Everest is one of my all-time favorites. I also love Animal Kingdom though. So
Mm-hmm.
Same.
yeah.
All right. I'm going to head into the Big Thunder Mountain Goat division. This, I could not confirm if he moved. I don't think he moves on both coasts. So that's why I heartbreakingly had to take, because he was like a 2 seed originally. And then I took him out. But these are duplicates between Magic Kingdom and Disneyland Park, most often in the same exact ride. So, first matchup, our number 1 seed is the Pirate's Dog with the Key versus the entire contingent of Tiki Birds.
Oh, it's for me. It's definitely the pirate dog with the key.
Agreed.
Who's the bird that's missing? Rosalind? If you had Rosalind, I would have considered Tiki Birds. But, she knows what's up. She left those guys back at the hut, and the pirate's dog's the answer.
I respect her if she left them all.
I mean, clearly.
Agreed.
Okay, yeah, same. I'm all in on the dog. I respect the history. I respect the history behind the Tiki Birds and what that meant for like audio animatronics in general.
Yeah.
I just don't F with the Tiki Birds, okay? Okay, next one is the Snow White Witch turnaround, which I can explain to you, Amanda, if you didn't do Snow White's Enchanted Wish.
I did do that one. I did. I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, where she's, you see her reflection. She's the beautiful queen, and then she turns around and she's spooky. That one specifically versus Big Al from the Country Bears, because Disneyland used to have Country Bear Jamboree.
I know this is going to make people angry, but I think the Country Bears are like creepy. Like, they're kind of creepy.
I was just going to say, I agree.
Yes, I know they made like the music better and all of that, but you just see them walking around in the park, and I'm like, man, you can stay where you're at, actually.
That's another one. I like Bear's necks aren't that long. Yes.
I'm in on the Snow White Witch also, but
This makes me feel so much better because I was like, people are not going to be happy with me saying that the Country Bears are creepy, and Amanda did it for me.
People love them. Like, I think I
Yes.
mentioned it once, some like on an Instagram story, that I thought they were creepy or weird, and like the flood of DMs was like, listen, I'm not yucking on your yum. You can love them, but they could be loved from like afar. Like, I don't need to be part of
Yeah.
that situation.
I can wave to Big Al on my way to Tiana's, actually.
Yep.
Well, I was hoping, I mean, they didn't do it, obviously, but my whole like vision and what I wanted to see happen is they change Frontierland to the bayou, the swamp, like the docks on the swamp, and Tom Sawyer Island would be Mama Odie's. And you could go to Mama Odie's, or you could, like, I had a vision and it worked with Tiana's, and like missed opportunities were had. So you know what? Like, and you know what? I bet that they had thought of that. And I bet they didn't because of the Country Bears. So now it's personal. And
I've said it once and I'll say it a million times. This is why Amanda should be in charge.
True.
the vision's there. The vision's there.
There's still hope on the other coast. No, because then we'd lose Fantasmic. Never mind. I was like, there's still hope on the other coast. But no. Leave Brittany alone. Next is the Small World Hippo that frequently on the East Coast kind of glitches out her eye, but either way, she's up to nefarious things. Versus Buzz Lightyear.
At the end of Space Ranger Spin?
Yeah, so he's in the queue in Astro Blasters on the left coast, and then in, actually, he's actually both of his queue forms. Good clarification. Where he has he's the original projection mapped face.
Yes, I was going to say, I think I love Buzz and I love Toy Story, but I think I would go Small World Hippo, one for the lore, and as someone who has had glasses since preschool because her left eye is not always great, I resonate with her well, and I don't love the projection faces.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with the Hippo because, like, Hippo and the Hula Girl, I feel like they should really be a package pair.
Yeah.
They're both planning something. That's what I'm telling you. They're planning the uprising. I'm also in on the Hippo. As much as I a Buzz honk, I'm a little nervous about this week, man. I'm a little nervy about new Buzz, okay? Because I'm not so good at Astro Blasters in California. Being able to pick up the gun and like actually see where I'm going somehow makes it worse for me versus like I had it on lock, the old Magic Kingdom version. So I'm a little nervy about how this is going to go. I'm going to accept also I'm a lover of the game. So it's just going to become like a thing where I'm going to be like, again, I didn't do so good that time. So we'll see how it goes next on my next trip down to the House of the Mouse. Speaking of Mama Odie, we have Mama Odie in Tiana's Bayou Adventure versus the Hatbox Ghost, which is a 13 seed, mostly for the bit of a 13 seed had to be Haunted Mansion related if I could make it at work.
Who's going to go first?
I'm going Mama Odie.
Okay, I was going to say Mama Odie. The Hatbot Ghost, it bothers me that they retconned it on the West Coast and they're like, technically he's not a happy haunt, he's an angry haunt, so he doesn't make it 1,000 when they shoved him in the house or whatever. And like, I'm like, I get that was a convenient excuse, but I don't love it.
I just think Mama Odie is so cute, and she's so excited to show us the beignets at the end of the ride.
My only problem is Mama Odie should be on her own island in the middle of the water. And she should have like a little quick service dining restaurant and some potions, maybe of the adult variety. That's my only complaint. She's in the wrong spot, but I'm going to go with Mama Odie too.
Put her on another Disney cruise ship. That would be a great themed bar. Mama Odie's.
Oh, going in like the Bayou Swamp, but Mama Odie's. Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
That would be good.
Tangent for a second. The Believe a Dopey is going, or like a Snow White's going to be a major motif of that. How gagged are you guys going to be like with a Dopey bar, like a mind bar?
The second I saw that Snow White was one of the IPs, I was like, every Disney runner is going to go on that boat.
Yep.
They have to bring back Castaway.
So they should bring back, yes, I was just going to say they have to bring back the Castaway cruise for that.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what it'll end up being, though, because watch them make it the coffee bar. Like, it'll be a Snow White coffee bar, and that'll be the ones, which they do a good job. On the Destiny, they have a Merida bar, coffee bar, and then they have a Megara from Hercules, and those are both pretty cool, but not as cool as like the Haunted Mansion bar, which is like fully immersive and awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I could kind of see a coffee bar working though, because imagine like a sleepy time tea versus a dope. Like I don't exactly know how because I feel like coffee is like an anti-grumpy juice, but like different dwarf drinks, but also that and alcoholic drinks would be also awesome. Like an espresso martini. Who's going to be our espresso martini?
Here's my take.
Ooh.
What if it was the soft serve place? Because the soft serve looks like it could be Dopey's hat.
Oh yeah, if they did the soft serve.
Mm-hmm.
We're Imagineering here.
That's pretty good. It'd be pretty good.
I love that. Oh man, I cannot wait to see what they actually do with that. Or maybe Dopey. What if Dopey is the one who like not owns the ship, but gosh, I forget what
he's like on the helm.
Yes.
I think it's like Grumpy is their go-to dwarf. Like they love Grumpy, and I get it. Grumpy is beloved. I wish they would put more Dopey merch in general, just because of the running challenge, and it's kind of hard to find or get your hands on. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if they did do something, it would be more Grumpy than anything else.
So we got to hope for all 7. It's either Grumpy or it's all 7.
I could see them making that lounge in the middle. It's the Sanctum on the Destiny. It's Tiana's Bayou on the Wish. And it's, I think, the Skipper Lounge on the Treasure. I could see them making that the forest, like the Enchanted Forest. And you're like at the cottage. So you have the dwarves as like nods to everything. But I could see that working.
And imagine like the whole ceiling being like the gems in the mine.
Yep.
See, this is why Amanda and I are not allowed to speculate in Spiral all too often. Because
I love to speculate in Spiral.
I was going to say, because we love it so much that we will take us in a whole nother direction.
Listen, I'm like having to control myself from speculating and spiraling too hard about D23 because I'm like all of the things I want to hear about.
Yes.
Same. I was like, that just scratched the itch of a speculating spiral. I'm like, okay, I need to get back on track because I want to. Hitchhiking ghosts before I hitchhike myself onto different ideas versus Tigger.
I'm going to go hitchhiking ghosts.
I'm going to go Tigger because look at my...
Look at that. All right. That's pretty good.
T-I double G-er.
You're doing springtime, right?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
So a subject, Natalie.
Oh boy. Take that one offline.
No, I'm so sad.
This is really tough because Tigger is so enjoyable. The hitchhiking ghosts are really iconic.
Don't do it, Natalie. Don't do it.
Oh my god, is that the little cuff guy or the? Oh, it's the.
It's for the
it's
headbands.
For the headband.
KG's holding up a Tigger headband.
A floating Tigger head.
Man, this is so hard because I just got the little like magnet like shoulder plush thing. It was in the air, and they said they just got them at Emco when I left from Princess, where I always walk around because I'm like, I can go to security or I can go to the Disney store. Just one little itch right on my way out. And they're like, yeah, we just got these. I'm like, are you kidding? Because I have Eeyore on my fridge, and now I have Tigger. Now I'm going to have to get the rest of them because I can't just have two. I mean, they have a buddy, but like I need Pooh now, and I think there's a Piglet. Anywho, I'm sorry, Tigger. I'm gonna have to do the set of the hitchhiking ghosts.
Sad day. In
Listen,
the 100-acre wood.
if Tigger hadn't taken Mr. Toad's house, maybe
he would be haunted by the ghosts.
On a ghostly, hostly subject, we have number 3, which is the Haunted Mansion Caretaker's dog versus Smee from Peter Pan, who's paddling away, or I guess toward Hook to, I guess, kind of save him, but like if he's smart, it's away from this whole nonsense.
I like that motion.
I'm always going to take the dog, so Haunted Mansion Caretaker's dog is my vote.
I was going to say, I'm going to go Smee because I love a good underdog. So the other kind of dog in the fight,
there
I guess.
There you go. I like it.
I think I'm actually going to say Smee on this one.
There we go. Smee it is.
Smee it is, she says earlier. I mostly vote for the dog.
Hey, my conscience is clean.
That is true. Mine, on the other hand. Okay, next one is...
Is this a real question?
Okay, well, I have to at least say it. We have Dopey in the minecart. So this one actually kind of differs between coasts, but it's a similar enough concept that he's got the diamond eyes. He's kind of looking at you on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. He's waving at you, too, on Snow White's Enchanted Wish. Dopey versus Captain Barbossa.
Hi-ho!
Hook, line, and sinker.
I love singing that song in the minecart ride too, because it's echoing and everyone's clapping. If you've never done that after running Dopey, when it's all runners in the train and it's the best.
Yes.
It's before my carousel ride on Marathon Sunday as I try to get on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, marathon ears and all. Yes, the carousel's ill-advised, but it's fun. My pink pony ride. And the last one of this division is the Small World Dancing Poodle versus the Dirty Foot Pirate.
I'm jumping in quickly because that foot needs to get out of my face. I hate that foot. Like so deeply. I hate that foot. I would vote, I think, for anything other than that foot. And that's my answer.
I'm going to have to back up KG here. Agreed.
Same. Plus, I like the poodle. It's cute. It's doing its thing. But it was the Dirty Foot Pirate was a specific request. And I was like, all right, I'm going to honor that one. Why is that on the list of favorites? I don't know. But, I'm not yucking that yum. The poodle. All right, into our last division of the first round. This is probably where we flexed the imagination the most, and the Phantasmic Dragon division. For all other coast-to-coast situations outside of the combination of Magic Kingdom and Disneyland. So, our very first one is Pluto at the Picnic in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway versus Abraham Lincoln.
I'm gonna say Abraham Lincoln for the historic nod, and because I've never been to the Hall of Presidents, so that'll be my nod to that.
Abe the Babe.
Abe the Babe, is that what they call it? Maybe I should take that back. Maybe we should take that back.
That's an upset. I was going to vote for the dog, but I like that. I like that for especially the history, and the reason he was the 16th seed was because he was the 16th president of the United States. So
I also just feel like Walt loved it so much that I feel like that's a good nod to Walt.
I like
Pluto's fine, but he's also like everywhere in the whole ride.
True.
So here's the thing. Mickey's Runaway Railroad has the crackhead style of drawing where they all look like they're on
Amanda's favorite.
And I can't stand it. I hate it. I rode the ride once and it was so distracting that they're all like that.
I feel like that's your dirty foot pirate.
I just can't. I love Pluto, but I can't.
Yeah, I guess when you see that little Pluto is when you're at the helm of Goofy again. Told you nothing was gonna go wrong. And that is Goofy after he spent a lot of different time in that park doing a lot of other different things, not helping you. So, all right. On to our 8v9 matchup. So we have Dancing Kylo Ren, so when he's blowing away, versus the Penguin Contingent in Muppet Vision 3D.
I love Star Wars, but I'm going to go the Penguin Contingent because how often is Kylo Ren actually moving and working to be dancing?
Oh, you are just like knife to the heart on that one.
I know, and I love Kylo Ren in Star Wars, but I don't think I can do it.
Fair enough. I never saw Muppet Vision 3D.
I
know.
I gotta go.
First canceled take.
Friendship over. No, I never saw it, and I'm hoping that they'll move it over to where they're doing the retheme of the roller coaster once they move the villain show out. So it's on the list should it come back. But in the meantime,
I would like, because this is being recorded, you to say you promise you will go see it if it gets moved.
I will personally go see it with you, KG.
Yes. We will plan a girls trip just to go see it.
Just to see it.
I'd be lurking in the corner.
I'm gonna go with Dancing Kylo Ren, I get that he's not always up to par, but who is? Okay?
Fair.
Philosophical.
Fair. Who can be expected to dance all the time?
Yeah. And I'm just I'm voting for the Kylo I know he can be, not the Kylo he is right now.
You're voting for Ben.
Really, for Ben.
Oh, so you make some good points here, because I've only seen the B mode Kylo once, actually. I've been on Rise quite a few times, but I've only seen B mode once, because I was actually really excited the first time I saw B mode. I'm like, yay, I got that too! Because I believe that they are repurposing at least some of the animatronics in the pre-show for Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets. That's the rumor. That's the inklings on the street. They also will need to move them into the villain show because they got to bring back Muppet Vision 3D into the villain show. But anywho.
Now we have a whole trip planned around it, so they have to.
True. This is not the first time I've made a trip specifically around the Muppets. So having been there on closing day. But I also made a trip for the Muppets to be there on closing day. That is the first time I ever had the rat pizza, though. Was on closing day.
Okay, we're going to have to keep moving because I will take us so far down a Muppet rabbit hole, we will never come back out.
I liked it. I actually liked it. The Italian ice margarita I had was even better. Whew. I want her back. The frozen ooh, so good. I'm gonna have to pull Muppets. I'm gonna pull. Sorry, Kylo. I'm pulling Muppets. because I also love penguins.
This is why he stayed evil and on the dark side, by the way.
It's our fault.
Nobody saved him.
No one believed in him. They just assumed
Again.
the worst. Oh, he's in B mode. He'll never, just have some faith in our boy Ben.
He'll show up eventually.
Especially as Adam Driver carried that entire trilogy on his back. Not to say there was a lot of great acting, but in terms of damn, he carried that.
Mm-hmm.
We are not out of Star Wars land, though. We quite actually have a lot of it to go. We have DJ Rex, so formerly in Star Tours as your pilot. Now he is residing pumping beats in Oga's Cantina versus Hondo Onaka in Smuggler's Run.
The first time I saw the Hondo animatronic was the first time I was ever really wowed by an animatronic. He's so good.
Yeah.
But nobody parters like DJ Rex. You see him and you're happy.
Yep.
So DJ Rex is my vote.
Agreed.
Likewise. Also, some of the history is this was almost one that got yeeted and then was still a 5 seed. That he is kind of original IP, and we don't see quite as much of that anymore. Rex was created for Star Tours. So in that historical aspect of things. Also, because
I have a little DJ Rex Funko Pop on my desk, and he moves and he vibes.
oh, I love him.
I love that. I need one of those.
Yes.
So.
I love it. All right. Going into Hopper from It's Tough to Be a Bug, because that used to be at Disneyland as well before Avengers Campus replaced the Bugs life area. Versus Lieutenant Beck, specifically saying in the Rise transport when y'all get captured and stuff.
When we're caught in a tractor beam.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. It's a Tough to Be a Bug was a traumatic experience that I never need to repeat, even here in this bracket. So I'm good with Lieutenant. I'll stay in the tractor beam. I can be taken by the First Order every time. We're good. It's still a better experience than what went down in the Animal Kingdom tree.
So that's your alien encounter.
No one warned me.
Oh,
I had
That's
no
cruel.
idea. Well, so we were in Magic Kingdom, and it was closing in on 1:00, and the parade was coming through. And I looked at Nick and was like, "Do you think we could do a ride in every park and take every transportation between now and the end of the day?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, game on." So we went on this tear, but we were just trying to hit the fastest ride we could. And of course we're like, "Oh, we can walk into Tough to Be a Bug." And we went to Epcot after that.
Take a roadie kungaloosh from Nomad Lounge for your pain.
We were like, well, that was not what I expected. And I love Zootopia, and I know that they're redoing it as Zootopia, and I'm scared that I just can't. I don't know. We'll find out.
I've heard it's very, very similar to the original show, just a little bit different. So I also had a traumatic experience with my nephew when we went on it. So I'm like, oh no, am I going to be able to go back on it? We'll find out. Because I also love Zootopia.
I've heard Clawhauser's at least cute for the animatronic. It's hard to be less cute than Hopper was. But because Hopper, I did that, my last rodeo on that was right after the marathon in 25. So the day after. And after a marathon, your legs are shot. You welcome the seat. And I was like, I actually need to leave. Not I need to leave, but I'm like, I am ready for it to be out of this seat, and not because I was seated right by Hopper. Because I was a single person. So it was just like, oh yeah, we'll slot you in there. And he was hovering over me. I'm like, oh my God, how is this for children? Now, do I think he's going to catch me out back if I don't give him a pity vote? Maybe. But either way,
but that's pretty impressive. You had him at 4.
Oh, it was creep factor.
Fair enough.
We see it on vibes and then sometimes some logic.
I don't even want to answer this next one. How dare you?
I'm going to start by saying what the matchup is and then how this kind of accidentally happened. So it's going to be 6 Statler and Waldorf from Up in Vision 3D versus 11 the Swedish Chef. And originally, as I had mentioned, I was like, yeah, I'm not putting things from the same ride together. Then I remembered
lies.
I remembered there was a Pluto animatronic. I swapped out, I think I had Pete from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and he was a lower seed. So then I just shifted because he was a dog. And then I didn't look as closely as I should have. And that's how we had Muppets against each other.
I'm just going to agree with whatever KG says on this one. As the resident Muppet expert, I feel like you will not lead me astray. So
I'm voting for the old man.
Yeah, it's Statler and Waldorf all day. I love Swedish Chef, and that canon gets me every time. But they are so good in that show.
It's the way you can like laugh out loud. Like,
yeah,
Mr. Natalie, and dressed in his Kermit Green for a Hollywood Studios day, literally every time laughed out loud at what they said. And pretty much when we watched the Muppet Show, but also they move throughout the show, they move and react to the show too, which I think is such a cool thing where one of my really good friends, Adam, who might have to like Muppet off you, KG, you might have to have like a Muppet off. He told me, he's like, one time I want you to watch Statler and Waldorf most of the show. Like, watch the show a little bit, but watch them react to stuff. Yeah. And yeah. The old man. Also, when Mr. Natalie is bullied into doing a Run Disney race, he already knows we're doing Statler and Waldorf.
Yes. I love that idea. I said the amount of times that I say, we're bolted to the seats is so irrelevant to whatever's happening in the conversation, but it also makes sense.
We entered a competition. Yeah, we lost.
So good.
I love it. Sorry, Swedish Chef. But also you can see Statler. They have a little bit bigger part of more of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, next matchup is Mr. Potato Head, Toy Story Midway Mania. He kind of sits in the queue in Hollywood Studios and a little bit outside the queue at DCA versus Donald and PhilharMagic. So his butt.
Mr. Potato Head. I don't know what I was saying. But I've never seen PhilharMagic, whatever. Yeah, I know. It's like, add it to the list. Add it to the
girls' trip itinerary.
I know. So Mr. Potato Head is my vote.
This is actually a tougher one for me, I think, than probably people would anticipate. I love them both so much, but I think I'm going to go Donald because the rage that Donald feels in that show is also probably as much of a vibe as the Hula Girl.
Oh, okay. You're really selling me on this, by the way. Like, no one's ever described that show like that. That might get me in there.
Oh, yes. Donald is full of rage in that show, and I love it. And if you disagree and you're listening to this, I dare you to watch that show again and just imagine it being every reaction that he has, every emotion that he's sharing is fueled by rage. And it makes it even more exciting.
Oh, I thought I was going to be hook, line, and sinker on Potato Head, but yeah, like when you kind of mess something up and like, yes, it's your fault, but like, and you are doing damage control, it's like the whole plot of Sleeping Beauty is damage control from the perspective of the fairies. It's we've done diddly messed up, right? The whole second half is like, oh, oops, the one thing we weren't supposed to let happen, we're going to just put everyone to bed for a while. Donald is damage control Donald. Ooh. Mm-hmm. And like everyone needs to do a little damage control sometimes. Shoot.
And then you got the projection eyes on Mr. Potato Head.
That is true. He is the subject of a lot of animatronic fail videos. Mm-hmm. I think I'm sold. I'm sold on Donald.
That's right, Donald. Let's go. Donald's number one.
Just like for Marathon Weekend next year.
That Donald butt apparently is going to be everywhere.
That's such a weird theme. We're going to theme the race after what is also the theme of the half.
Yeah. That wasn't enough.
Like,
I'm just now imagining all the Donald deep cuts we're going to see for costumes for that, though.
I do expect there to be a lot of Donalds. Also on the course, too, like a Darkwing Duck. Like, I assume they're going to lean in to all the various iterations of Donald as well.
Donald on the magic carpet from PhilharMagic.
See, there you go.
Like there'll be some good deep cuts from PhilharMagic, I think, for Donald.
We're going to need to get researching, Amanda.
He's going to be wearing the sorcerer's hat all over that course, I think.
I'm gonna table that one for a second. I was like, wait a minute, I have a sorcerer hat. Okay, we're going to do Ursula from Ariel's Undersea Adventure versus Dancing Daisy from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So dance instructor Daisy, I should say.
So my vote is Ursula. The artsy dancing Daisy is at Topolino's with breakfast. Like that's where you go to see Dancer Daisy. So.
And you also can get Conga at Guardians.
See?
Ooh.
My vote is Ursula.
I like that.
I would agree because I also true 80s 90s kid, Little Mermaid forever. Yep.
There's a giant Little Mermaid from the Riviera painting behind me for people listening in.
So good.
All right. Our last matchup of the first round is BB-8 in the Rise of the Resistance pre-show against Bean Bunny in Muppet Vision 3D.
I'm going to shock everyone. I'm going BB-8.
BB-8, yes!
BB-8, clean sweep.
There's nothing I love more than a droid scream.
Rage.
I will save all of the people's ears that are listening and not try to do one, but I love a good droid scream.
I'm just waiting for them to bring Chopper to the parks.
Yes. Factory 55 just did a fantastic Chopper ear set.
I saw. They were so good.
They're so good. And it says, I think it says like the Captain of Chaos or something along those lines on it. They're so good.
I love their ears. They're so great for because they're easy to pack. You can have a ton of them. It doesn't take up a ton of space. And for cruises where there's like sand and water and things like that, because they're plastic, it doesn't matter.
Yes. And Dana and Philip are the best humans.
Oh yeah. You also
so it's like supporting a great shop.
Yeah, because they do such great. I follow them on social media, but yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Factory 55.
I know I need to make a purchase. There's always something else I need to make a purchase of. So
I feel like every time I come on an episode, Natalie is buying more things.
What's also great,
and I'm enabling it
because they not to convince you more, but it's very hard to find guy ears because most ears have a bow in it, but because Factory 55 the bow is removable, I have just like another headband for Nick. So when we're on the cruise ships, he has like the Pirates of the Caribbean ones. That's and it's just the coin. I also have some like Animal Kingdom ones, kind of more, not super girly, like not the princess, but like more into the unisex type of IP. And I can just like take the bow off and then it just looks like guy ears and it's great. I can also, if I'm going with my
and you can put them on their hats.
I know. They have the hat thing. And if I'm going with family or friends that don't have ears, like they're not big enough Disney people, I can just toss them a headband and give them a set and they can like have ears for the day and kind of feel like part of the magic without, purchasing ears and having it take up a bunch of space and all of that. It's just easy
Write
to
it back. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm convinced. I'm sold. I am so sold on that. Although we might not have acquired. My younger brother got Eeyore ears when he came in the fall. And first of all, they're the funniest thing on earth. Secondly, he was like, no, these are awesome. He loved that. He was because he didn't have anything for Mickey's Not So Scary when we did it. And he's like, I kind of bought him for it. I'm like, well, I'll buy them for you. First of all, they're hilarious. Secondly, and he wore them the whole trip. He was like kind of sad to be departed of the Eeyore because they have a tail on them too. With the bow. I love them, but I'm sold. I'm sold. What next? To add to my acquisitions, there's always something. The first time we did an interview with KG, I had not bought a piece of Crowned yet.
See, I'm I'm very good at like spending money, just in general. Like I don't like consider myself a salesperson, but I am somebody who is like a researcher. So I'm like, first of all, I've researched everything there is to know about it, and I've also probably bought all 3 options and personally compared. What do you need to know?
Yep.
And that's just like, yeah.
Love that.
An informed and enabler.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, don't come to me trying to save money. I'm never going to be that person. Come to me when you're ready to spend some money, but you want to do it right. I'm great at spending money right.
But doing it the right way, if Mr. Natalie and I both are big, like, on the principle of like, well, you might as well buy, the higher quality, like something that's going to last you longer, something, buy the nicer suitcase, because especially if you travel as much as we do, that's a bigger investment. There's the warranties, stuff like that, where like, this is why we all gel really well here.
Yep.
Like, yes, that's the philosophy of buy the nicer thing, because
Side note, Amanda, have you done a comparison of carry-on luggage yet on your stories?
Oh my God. Okay. So, yes, I have
Because
not.
that would be a great one for you to do if you haven't. And if I've missed it, I want to go back.
All right. So, this is going to be like a side tangent. First of all, there's so much buried in my stories in the archive because Instagram slapped me on the wrist and said, you're not allowed to save highlights anymore. You have too many. And
Rude.
I was like, fair. I did a deep dive on all of the luggage. I now have very definitive opinions. The biggest thing is most brands of luggage actually don't clear the dimensions for carry-ons, especially if I know they're much larger,
Wow.
which means that at any point in time you could get gate checked, which isn't a massive deal. But for me, it is because being in Charleston, a lot of times the plane from the hub to Charleston will be one of the planes where it's only one seat on one side and then the 2 on the other. And depending on what side we're on, those overhead bins are tiny and they will gate check like that. And then European lines. So like if you're doing international travel, a lot of the European planes can be a lot smaller because they're going smaller distances. So basically I found this like TikTok person that has every dimension of every airline, and like every airline has its own dimensions that they accept for carry-ons and how they do it. So then it was like a cross analysis of like all the luggage lines versus what airlines are guaranteed to accept them. Then I used that to filter down from there. And long story short, I got luggage. I love it. And I would recommend it to anybody, except that overnight they went bankrupt like a month ago and you can't buy them anymore. So I don't.
what was it?
Paravel was the name of it.
Okay. Oh no.
Shoot.
Mm-hmm. And they were really cute. And I've had them. I've traveled all over with them. Love them. Would buy more of them, but they're out. So.
Dang.
Pour one out for the homie, man.
I know. I did have friends who just bought Monos, Monos,
Heard great things.
and they just purchased it and they went through the research process themselves, and they're pretty happy so far with the experience. I don't think they've taken the first trip with it yet, but the overall research and initial stuff seemed to be pretty good on that one.
If you have that all in a Notion page, you send it over.
I got you. Yeah. Oh my God. I have notions for like credit card comparisons because we were going to buy a travel credit card. I've got notions, like I've got a long, deep hard drive of way too many research notes on a lot of random.
My girl.
That's why we all get along.
Exactly.
The different itches we both scratch. Like, oh man.
I love it.
I absolutely love that. We're going to stop the gameplay here for the week. Thanks again to my guests for joining me, and I can't wait to have them again next week. If you enjoyed listening to the show, please leave a review and a 5-star rating. I love reading your reviews out loud. You might even be featured on a future podcast episode. There's a community spotlight on the Instagram at Stride Sisters Podcast. If you want to be featured for a Medal Monday, Finish Line Friday, or any accomplishment you want to celebrate, send a picture via the social media platforms or the email. And to continue the fun, join the Facebook page. All the ways to connect can be found in the show notes. Thanks for listening. Until the next adventure, wishing you endless miles of magic and memories. See you next time.